Hi, Carmen.
Hi.
Just want to talk, and so privileged to talk to you today. You're a global vice president at Indeed, but I'd love if we can to get to know Carmen the human and the mom for just a second.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think your story...
My most important job.
Yep, most important title. We're here today, and I'm going to look over your shoulder really quickly with an MVP in your life,
Yes.
your daughter Harper. And can you just share just a little bit about the special bond that you guys have, not just as mother and daughter, but actually in the industry as well?
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's here at Brand Innovators with me today. It's the coolest thing. And she got her own pass because she works at an agency on the Southwest Airlines account. So, I mean, it is amazing to work with your daughter. And let me tell you, it is how I understand like what's happening in Gen Z and what are they watching and listening to. And it's just amazing to get her perspective on even our creative. Not just the media piece, but actually the creative. She has good insight that I wouldn't, as a Gen X person, know. So, it's amazing to have her in the industry.
That's amazing. And I know that mother-daughter relationship. I'm one of 3 girls, and so I think we give it to our mom real, so I'm sure you get some honest feedback.
Real feedback, yeah.
But that's so important because it's, you spent 27 years on the agency side.
I did.
And then she's following you. And so what do you think from a leadership quality that you have instilled that she perhaps was gravitating to or saw in you as a working mom?
Gosh, I would say probably just curiosity. Like you have to be, if you're going to be in advertising or marketing, you have to be curious first and foremost, right? Like you have to be a little restless and a little curious to understand like what's around the corner and not fear change, but embrace it and try new things. And the good thing about, advertising is things are changing all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, I always say like optimism is something that is the primary ingredient for progress, and resilience. If you can have optimism and resilience obviously because of change.
Yes.
And everything's always changing in our industry. So to me, I hope that is what I have kind of given her through this. Yeah.
Well, and I think even like a little bit about your background, your title is global vice president, but you've embodied that in your own personal life. So from where you were born overseas in London and German roots.
Yeah.
And then ultimately coming. Das ist gut, yeah. And then ultimately being Austin-based now, a little bit of a lady of the world. And how do you think that helps you in marketing in your day-to-day life with that perspective?
Yeah. I definitely think it's why I have just navigated towards a global role, because I get to travel to the countries. I appreciate the local cultures. I understand through the lens of different cultures and what it's like. And so to me, I think that's probably one of the kind of biggest things that I can bring, and understanding, again, kind of working with different country and marketing directors. And it's a pleasure to work on Indeed globally.
That's amazing. And it's not just for London's fish and chips, right? I heard that might be your favorite.
I love London's fish and chips. Mm-hmm.
But and I think with even the communities that you serve, both from marketplace and job seekers, you really, you have to be both out there and understand the different backgrounds that job seekers and companies are looking for, right? And understanding that, not just obviously language nuances, but those different backgrounds. You were showing a little bit of your ads and what people got a sneak peek of, and how, could you just explain a little bit of those nuances and how you try and tailor it from both global and local, like a local perspective?
Yeah, local is the perfect word for it. First and foremost, you have to do the hard work on the foundational brand strategy, right? There is global insights, and of course, we believe better work leads to better life. So no matter what country or market we're in, we want Indeed to be known as the champion for better work. So that is like the foundation of what we do.
Okay.
Then we go in and we have so much data. We use a lot of cultural insights. We have partners like 72andSunny that have an Amsterdam office. Amazing. And that are in. We use Vayner as well as another agency that helps us on our social front. And so they are deep into the cultural insights. We have country marketing directors that that we use and tap into, and we do research. So we really understand what's happening in the marketplace, and all markets are different. They
Totally.
really are.
Yep.
So where, what you saw was where, for example, in the U.S., salary is so important.
Yep.
Right. But in
Number
France,
one thing in the U.S., you said?
yeah,
Number one
number
thing
one,
job
people
seekers
wanna
are.
know, like if I'm interviewing for this
Sure.
job, tell me what the salary
Yeah.
is. So, which is not unfair,
Yep. Yep. It's
it should be expected.
Yep.
And then in France, it's all about, for them, it's about work-life balance.
Yep.
Right? Like that is something that's so important in France in particular. And so we just actually then kind of tailor, again, better work for better lives and whatever that means to each market locally.
Yeah. Well, it was so fun to see that. And I think obviously the viewing audience will be seeing it here too. What's one thing in terms of AI that you guys are doing that is allowing you to maybe even work better internally? Faster, quicker, more productive?
Oh, yeah. So a couple things. One, obviously, we're using AI tools from our partners like Google, which is, either the VBB, which is values-based bidding, or PMAX.
Yep.
That allows us, that's AI driven. It allows us to increase our conversions and decrease our costs. Always a good
Those
thing.
are good things.
We're using Pencil, but there are a lot of out there that allow us to do AI DCO, so AI dynamic creative optimization.
Okay.
And so when you think about all the data and the insights that you have, right, we get a trillion bytes of data a day, 350 million unique users to our site every month. So we have so much data, and that's just the Indeed data.
Yeah.
And so what it allows us to do is garner all those insights, meaningful insights. We can find them far more quickly now with AI,
Yep.
and then apply that in our advertising, especially on the performance side, and on the digital side. So what we can do is go in and create literally in minutes hundreds of versions of ads that are tailored in 10 different languages,
Oh my goodness.
relevant to each market. So it's just working smarter, not harder, honestly, is what it is.
And we'll, so many more questions, but I know we've got to wrap up here. So in terms of, we share a mutual love of Blinkist.
Yes.
Which is an app that allows you to get actually smarter, faster. So in that
Yes,
same
love
thematic.
it. 10 books a day.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
What is one book that we should be reading right now, even on the Cliff Notes version or the Blinkist version?
Simon Sinek's Leaders Eat Last.
Okay.
I love it.
I will add that to my list.
Yeah. Great.
Leaders
What
Eat
about
Last.
you? What's yours?
Oh my gosh. I've got Mel Robbins right now, the Let Them Theory.
Oh, yeah. How is that?
And it's not the Blinkist version, so it's
Yeah,
the real
yeah.
analog version. I really like it. I think in sometimes as marketers we can be so worried about everything else. And there's a little bit of like, if you are true in your convictions and you feel like you are helping other people and doing right, let other people worry about what
I
they're going.
love that. I'm going to go get it on Audible.
Yeah. Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
Well, thank you so much for today's discussion. Really
thank you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is so much fun.
Thanks, Carmen.
Okay.
Bye bye. Bye bye.